Tabitha Lipkin here, and guess where I'm at? Any thoughts? Any guesses? It's pretty green. I am deep in the Amazon rainforest in Ecuador. I am traveling with G Adventures to explore all this incredible country has to offer, and I'm taking you along on the ride.
So while this itinerary starts in Quito, that's the place where we meet the whole group. Then we're going to travel to Baños. Baños, it is located still in the highlands, a little bit of the Gator of the jungle area. It is part of the cloud forest as well. In there, we're going to be there for the hot springs, some outdoor activities, and to explore and the little town as well. Then we're going to visit Tena. In Tena, we are here, especially for the local living experience with the Quechua family. So we are going to spend time in this Quechua house in order to learn about their culture and also a little bit more about the group itself. And then we are going to add some activities with the family, and also we are going to try a lot of local food here. After that, we're going to travel to Papayacta, and in Papayacta, we're going to go a little bit back to the highlands again. It's still part of the cloud forest, Paramo area. And in here, we are going to have our relaxing moment in the hot springs, and after that, we return back to Quito.
We have made it to Baños, and despite the name, no, this is not a bathroom. It is named for its incredible hot springs, and I have been surprised at every single corner with everything that we've seen. It's in this beautiful valley. We're surrounded by these massive, massive mountains, and it's apparently the kind of adventure capital of Ecuador. So we're gonna go pick some adventures to go on. We're taking a $2 cable car to see this a little bit closer. We're off to explore one of the most spectacular waterfalls in all of Ecuador. Pailon del Diablo, named for a skull-like rock which sits in the middle of the falls, but it's kind of hard to see from my angles. So I really don't know how to describe how beautiful it is. I know it's loud, but that leads to back-to-back snack tasting of local fruits served up in very different ways. We're trying the very famous plantain with mayonnaise and cheese, and it's quite hot, but I'm still gonna try it. Oh, great! Sorry. I think it's really good. That's good. We're caught in a storm, and we're trying to go to this famous way. Oh, wow. It's very popular. The swing at the end of the world is super beautiful, high in the hills over Baños, but soon the fog did roll in, and it was time to enjoy a little nightcap before a big next day of discovery. Cheers. So I did some convincing with the driver and asked if I could sit in the back for the long way to our adventure. Now, I was doing something I hadn't done in years, and Adrian, by the way, is riding in the back with me, and he's an assistant for it. But we're here for something that really will pull the landscape together. We're gonna go paragliding.
He's running.
All right, what'd you guys think?
Amazing!
Okay, so Baños is known for its adventure. It's got all these different theme parks. It's got all these different adventure things you can do, like canyoning and ziplining, but it's also known for its spas because of its thermal hot springs. And when I saw the prices of the spa, I thought, why not? Gotta try it. I've done all the extreme stuff, right? So why don't I just relax a little and see what that's like? So I'm gonna do this volcanic mud wrap. I'm going to get a facial and a pedicure, and it's supposed to be 45 bucks. Can't beat that. I don't know if my hair says it all, but that was probably the best massage of my life and the most affordable massage of my life. Double whammy. Amazing. But the thing about being in the rainforest is that it rains, and we have a tin roof. It's nighttime, it's raining, but the hot springs do not close until 9:30. So that's exactly where I'm gonna go. Everyone told me that they're just really beautiful. I think it's $5 to get in, $1 for the hairnet. in Ecuador, man. It's awesome. What do you think? It's pretty chic. Definitely feel like it was a successful hot springs run. I'm not sure how much video I ended up getting because it was kind of awkward filming. We're all just trying to enjoy. I also wanted to enjoy it a little bit, but I did meet a doctor who I practiced Spanish with, and he practiced his English, so that was pretty cool. And wraps up a pretty successful day and night in Baños. The next morning, we're off to the area of Tena, inside the Ecuadorian Amazon rainforest. Okay, so we just arrived at the property that we're staying at. It's about 30 minutes outside of Tena, and this is actually the home and community of Delphine. And Delphine is someone that I met last year at GX. He actually came out, and he was a man who helped inspire Bruce to start G Adventures. Bruce is the founder of G Adventures, if you didn't know. And I got to see him on stage, we got to hear him speak, and I was really kind of blown away in the fact that I'm now on his property, getting to spend time with him and his family and his community and learn more about their culture. And they have a lot of roosters and chickens, by the way. I'm quite thrilled about. So it's gonna be an epic next 2 days. Yep, that's me. And I'm getting my face painted with mud. Why, you might ask? Well, it's a traditional way to cool off after a really cool hike. And you're coming along with me for a G Adventures local living moment. This community is called Pempilala, which stands for butterfly in Quechua, which I've seen plenty of butterflies here. There's even a beautiful waterfall and river behind me. While you're here, you're going to get to learn so much about the history of their community. You're gonna learn about their medicines that they use using natural products that they find here in the Amazon. You're gonna learn about their marriages. You're going to learn more about the history of the area. And you're just simply gonna learn how their community lives deep in the Amazon, where there's no Wi-Fi, by the way, so you really have to connect to nature. We start by meeting the family of Delphine, who is hosting our group to teach us traditional Quechua ways. His son Rolando is a guide with G.
For me, it's like a job, like my, how to say, my favorite job. It's, you can do everything, no? It's, for example, I did hiking, jungle, swimming, rafting. I love that. I love that activity for me, and then it do like my hobby.
Well, Delphine is our motivation to keep doing it this way. Especially for me, I would say that I really admire him a lot. It's not easy to find the path. Probably he wasn't the correct time with the correct person at that time, but still, it demands a lot of effort, like mentally, physically, and also a lot of commitment, especially to be attached to this kind of business like for many, many years. So he's been like a regular individual from this country who thought also about like having the opportunity to work in a different way.
But here's a closer look at your time in Pempilala. Our introduction is very hands-on, learning more about shamanism, marriages, as I mentioned, and even the local booze, chicha.
Having the opportunity to come to a very remote place to spend time with a local family and learn directly from there. So the idea is to spend time with the family, which are a very welcoming family, where they are going to teach you about their traditions, about the way of living, stories, and also facts that are kind of like related to their culture, and also they are going to be able to explain a little bit more about their traditions. We're going to be part of some of these specific moments, so that's why we can learn from the daily life from them, like how they prepare the meals, how they collect different kind of things, how they do the activities, how is their life itself.
Then you're off to make some fresh chocolate. From grinding the beans to cooking the chocolate and enjoying the fruits of your labor. But it's all about the environment too. Hiking through the rainforest and even swimming at the local watering hole. Guys, check this out, right next to the river. What an incredible place to swim! At Laguna Azul, there was a chance to try something a little different. Beetle larva. Feels it? Yeah. Chandicoro. Nice and juicy. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to gross you guys out, I promise. And to be honest, I really liked it. It tasted like bacon with a slightly different texture. I mentioned learning about all of the different plants in the rainforest and how they're used for medicine. Well, you're gonna have a hands-on experience and you're even going to be panning for gold. Quechua has very specific symbols that are even used today, and Delphine will give a lesson on that as well. Oh, and you definitely can't forget the blow darts. We have an entire blow dart competition. Being in the rainforest allows you to truly disconnect and then connect instead with nature and new friends. Because even out here in the middle of the Amazon rainforest, you're not alone. You're family when you're at Pempilala, and you'll always have a home in the rainforest of Ecuador.
Yes, come to my family, to the jungle. Come if you need learn something about them. We have here with friendly people. Come here, don't be shy.
Oh, well, the people is very charming here. I would say they are easygoing. People is very happy to see foreigners here all the time, so we're very happy to teach different things, to just welcome to people to every single spot of this country. So I think we're very happy to have anybody here.
All right, so if you can't tell, I'm on a bike, and we're biking to the community of Shandia. Now, Shandia is the G for Good spot, and it is in partnership with Planetara, and it's a community that, without these stops that G Adventures does, wouldn't have really income coming into the community. And so it's a way that the community can stay where they are instead of moving into other sectors, and they can maintain kind of their independence while having tourism dollars come to them, which is really, really cool. And so we got about 6 kilometers of a bike ride. Excuse me if I'm out of breath. Biking and talking is quite the thing, but it's really, really beautiful, and we're biking through the Amazon rainforest. I mean, what could be better than that?
Well, in Shandia, we are going to visit this village that is very close to here. We are going to do an activity. So Planetara basically for us means any kind of activity that is going to be related to tourism. So it could be the biking in this case. Also we have other itineraries that go there for the accommodation and the food. And we are going to basically share this time with the people from Shandia, visiting some villages on the way. We are going to get to their place, which is a community project that they already created. So we are supporting them with the bikes and taking the volume of people that they actually need in order to get extra income for their community. So in this way, they can support also the youth, especially the young ones, in order to have their first job. And that will create like opportunities to save some money as well. For in the future, they can also apply for different programs, especially for education.
So I might look a little rough. I've been on a bus for a couple of hours, but we made it to Termales Papayacta, which is insane. It's absolutely just so beautiful. And this is like one of the best thermal resorts in all of South America. And I'm like really excited, and I'm excited to take you guys around and to show you. I already checked out the spa, I already checked out some of the pools. The restaurant looks amazing. They have a great bar, they have all these snacks. This is like very, very different from where we just came from in the Amazon rainforest. This is a little more luxurious, but it's not saying it's better because it's just different. But it's nice to kind of rough it for a couple of days and then get to relax for a couple of days, you know, or a day at least. Oh, I decided to go hiking in my swimsuit because I was already in my swimsuit and I was visiting all of the thermal springs. And I thought it was an easy hike. And don't let me being out of breath fool you. So far it's pretty easy. We're just at altitude. So I think we're at like 9,000 or 10,000 feet. But so far I'm really happy I went for this hike. It's really beautiful. So we woke up really early to come to the national park. We took a ride up. We're the first ones in here. And there's some incredible lakes and waterfalls. You could probably hear the waterfall. Let's go see. I'm pretty close. Hey! Look at that! Wow! The trip ends back in Quito, where I spend an extra couple of days exploring the city, taking in all the different sights, and of course visiting the ever so famous equator line. So here we are, the center of the world. And we made it to the highest active volcano in the entire world at over 19,000 feet. This is Cotopaxi, a little covered with clouds right now, but hopefully they'll clear up as we go. Cotopaxi, by the way, is not a hike for the faint of heart, and saving it for the end of the week of my travels may have added a little bit to my exhaustion all the way up to 16,100 feet. Okay, we made it up 16,000 feet right now. It was quite the hike. I'm a little bit out of breath. This area will clear and then fog and then clear, just like most volcanoes. And it was clear literally like 1 minute ago, but I was filming something else. It did eventually clear up just enough for this shot and some proof of how high we actually made it. I can't think of a better way to wrap up our adventure in Ecuador than coming down the side of the tallest active volcano in the entire world. Thank you for coming on this journey with me from 16,000 feet all the way into the depths of the Amazon rainforest. This has been quite the adventure through Ecuador, and I can't wait to take you on the next one.